Did you know that as children we display behaviors that will impact our lives as we become adults? This is what Kathleen Krull did. She writes books about children's books about all her subjects that she liked when she was growing up. For example, she loved music. She taught children music lessons at her church in her neighborhood. She was the organist at her church when she was 12 years old. At the age of 15, Kathleen Krull decided she wanted a part-time job. Her parents allowed her to get a part-time job at a library, which was perfect because she loved to read and she loved to write. However, Kathleen was fired from the library. Fired from the library for what reason? Reading, of course. Kathleen did graduate from high school and later had many different job opportunities. She was a very educated woman. Sorry, my note cards are a little mixed up. She graduated from She graduated high school. She studied music at Northwestern University, and then she earned a BA from Lawrence University in Appleton, Wisconsin. She also was magna cum laude, majoring in English and minoring in music. Some of her jobs that Kathleen Krull had over the years was, sorry, this is why I don't particularly like to use note cards. Her jobs included, she wrote interviews and articles for Publishers Weekly, New York Times book reviews, and Los Angeles Times book reviews. That was from 1974 to 1979. She later became a freelance writer. That was in 1984. Kathleen has written over 60 books. She writes under different names depending on her audience. For children's books, she usually writes under the pseudonym of Kathleen Krull. When she writes for children of a little bit older, she writes under the name Kathleen Kinney. She wrote a book called, she was born in 1950, sorry. Kathleen Krull is not as famous and popular as authors such as Judy Blume. However, she's used a lot of her influence as a child to help children become interested in subjects that they would think would be rather boring, such as she writes science biographies. She wrote a book about Bill Clinton becoming president. She wrote about artists like Leonardo da Vinci. He never even wanted to be an artist. He wanted to be a scientist. He only painted because he wanted to make money to become a scientist. So these are facts that you'll learn in Kathleen Krull books. She also has a Facebook page, so she's very up to date. I wanted to give you her web page, which is www.facebook.com/Kathleen.Krull. I'm going to end with one of her famous quotes that she always uses. If I can find it on my wonderful note cards. It is. I'm sorry, this is only my second speech, and I've lost my audience, and I'm really nervous about this whole thing, so I do apologize. That's not her, that, however, is not her quote. I really do apologize. I was more prepared than this. However, I just, seem to have lost. I'm just gonna step away for one moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I am back, and I'm sorry about that. I do apologize. I should be more prepared next time when I do a speech using note cards. Kathleen's quote is, "Reading is a main job requirement for writing." I did not cite my insight words and where they came from, but it is in my outline, which I will be submitting with my not so good video. Thank you, and I hope you learned something about Kathleen Krull.
God.